Welcome to this week's edition of the Week in Triathlon, coming to you from a sunny and warm winter's day here in Spain. Let's roll that intro and get stuck into this week's news.
Like and subscribe for more.
We lead out today with some news from Gwen Jorgensen. She blitzed a 15-second indoor 5K in Seattle, taking 40 seconds off her personal record. It was her first race after the birth of baby Stanley on the 16th of August 2017. After the race, she did a further 1-hour workout on the warm-up track. It was also the night Gwen made her first YouTube video and for her brand new YouTube channel. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to Gwen's YouTube channel down below in the show notes down below this video. Go and take a look and give it some love. But what I will say to Gwen that will make the making of a videos so much more easy to do is do not try and create a standalone piece of creativity like what you did for your first video. It was a brilliant video, but it makes it really, really difficult to maintain. Instead, what I would suggest is just make videos that document your process, document your journey towards becoming an Olympic marathon athlete. It will be a far more easy process to do, and even if some of it may seem fairly repetitive to you, it will be of major interest to your fans, major interest to your audience, watching you how you progress through the stages. So you can easily do twice, 3 times, 4 times, maybe even 7 times a week pieces of content, even if they're really short pieces of content of about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, but just document the journey. It will be so much easier to be able to do that. And yes, in between you can still come up with your pieces of creativity like what you did in Seattle, but doing constant pieces of creativity like your Seattle video are so much more difficult to do, especially as you're just starting out, because you'll soon be running out of these type of creative ideas, and that will just make it more difficult for you to maintain the momentum of your YouTube channel going forward. So that's my suggestion from me to you: document rather than create separate standalone pieces of content. And also, Gwen, while I'm on the topic, is connect with some other runners. They might not be elite level runners like what you are, but some other runners that have got a vast amount of experience in the YouTubing arena. And one runner that I'm thinking of in particular is Casey Neistat in New York. So give a shout out to Casey Neistat, link up with him, and go on a couple of training runs with him. Not that you'll be needing him for training, but what he'll be able to show you is through the course of a training run, how to be able to vlog the training run without making a major impact on your training goals for that training run. So in other words, on a day that you've got a light recovery run, you can easily use Casey Neistat's videography type of style to be able to create an easy piece of content around that training run. So make a connection with Casey. He can show you a whole lot on how to make YouTube videos, as well as being on his channel will give you exposure to his audience of 9 million subscribers. Next up, we move on to the ITU, and a segment of the ITU that doesn't get nearly that much air coverage, and that is the para-triathlete area of the ITU. And last weekend there was the ITU World Cup in Cape Town, and in the visually impaired athletes division, it was won by an athlete by the name of David Jones. What makes this so extra special is David Jones had multiple Xterra world champion Conrad Stolz as his guide, and quite understandably they took the win. Also, having a guide that can push 400 watts plus for an hour on the bike certainly helps when you've got that athlete sitting on the front saddle of the tandem through the bike leg. Next up, some news from Jan Frodeno and Emma Snowsall. They have announced the birth of daughter Sienna Sofia, who joins 2-year-old brother Luca Leo. Then Next up, I have to give you a correction. There was an error in my reporting from last week about the upcoming Challenge Wanaka. Javier Noya raced the half distance, not the full distance, so the Challenge Wanaka was not Javier's first ever full distance race. That is still coming up in the future. However, as far as the half distance race is concerned, he won that in a time of 3 hours 57. The women's race was won by Annabel Luxford in a time of 4 hours 27. Then finally, on Sunday the 18th of February, was the Ironman 70.3 Geelong. Sam Appleton won the men's race in 3 hours 45 minutes, and the women's race was won by Nina Darren in 4:26. And it was a really dramatic finish because Nina Darren held the lead for most of the race until 1 kilometer from the finish line when she was passed, and then literally in the finish she remade the pass to be able to take the win by literally no more than a handful of meters. And if you look at the thumbnail to this video, you'll see exactly how close that finish was. That brings me to the end of this week's edition of the Week in Triathlon. Be sure to like this video, share it out amongst your friends. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button that's down there. And last but not least, until the two of us meet again, stay carved up for the win. See you next time. Cheers.